Press go live.
Good. Hi everyone, it's Karen here, Karen Tamir on the Prima booth, and I'm here demoing the new rust paste that just came out from Finnabair. I'm really excited about these ones. I actually created a really nice project that showed the 3 different ones, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do them here in the booth. So let's get started. The nice thing I like about them, first, before I say that, let's talk about the 3 different ones that exist. We have the military set, it comes with 3 different colors, and I'm going to actually take them out to show you.
Nice big jars.
So what's nice about them, they kind of look like a camouflage military uniform, and the colors are green, gray. This is called gray, but it's actually a dark green. It's almost like a military green, and the yellow rust. And my eyes are like so it's hard for me to see. So let's keep them in order because I don't want to get them confused. Then we have a second set. This is the camouflage set, and it has lighter colors. These colors are kind of like beigey, but they still look very similar to the other ones. So this one has a dark olive, which is beautiful. There is the rust. Oh no, sorry, this is the color dusty. It's kind of like a, I don't know, camel color, yeah. And there's like a taupey color, but it's called, the names are cool. Oh no, this is not a cool name, brown. The names are cool. Some of the other ones are cool. This
Brown.
one is not brown. The names are cool, brown. Okay.
Let's call it caramel brown, shall we?
Camel brown, yeah. And the third one, this is actually, I thought it would be my favorite, which it is. I really love it. But when I actually did the 3 samples, and actually should bring them from the wall over there. When I did the 3 samples, the ones that I liked actually more was the camouflage one. I don't know why, but maybe it was the technique. The 3 hands at the top, yeah. So I'll show you the different ones. I've used them in 3 different ways. So this is the one, and the colors are, I think these have nicer names, or rusty, which is at least better, dark brown, and green. So here is the 3 of them. There's Adam. Say hi to Adam.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Adam.
So this one, okay, so let me just remember which one. So this is the camouflage set. Ooh, something got stuck to it. Hold on. This is the camouflage. So you see how it's lighter colors? I like the fact that it's lighter. But I think it's because the technique I did on this one was the opposite way than what I did with this one, which I added the darker colors first. So you could interchange them. You could add the dark colors first, or you could add the light colors first. And that will give you a different effect. This one is the, hold on, let me just make sure that I don't confuse them. Oh, I wrote them in the back. Sorry, never mind. I actually wrote because I thought I would get confused. The military set is this one.
They're very close.
Yeah, they're very close. And this one is the metal rust set. Yeah, so this is, I like the dark green in this one. Now you could, I think because I blended a lot, so these you can really blend nicely. You can also use the older sets like the rust paste and the patina paste, and that will give you even a different effect. So they're all interchangeable, so you can really use them nicely together. So I'm going to put these here so you guys can see the samples, and I'm going to start basically adding some metals. I just want to add a few metals. I'm not going to do too much, but the cool thing about these pastes, and this is what I like, is that you don't have to prime things. You can add gesso if you want to, but we did a class in your store, and we went straight onto plastic, and it covered perfectly, not even a problem, nothing. There's a lamp there that you see that was done on metal. You can't see it in the video, but if you turn there in the floor, there's actually a lamp, and it was covered in rust paste, and it actually was covered directly. So that's really cool to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to.
Are those mechanicals?
So these are the new mechanicals. It's the only one that came out, but. To tell you the truth, these are new too because I've never seen these before. They can also go on resin. You could use them on resin. So this is some of our paper. Sorry, this is not resin. This is clay, but they can go on resin as well. So this is paper. Some of our paper clay, and I thought to use some of this. This would be cool to use as a design.
So is it like an air dry clay?
It's an air dry clay, and they made this earlier. Carrie made this earlier, so I thought, let's incorporate this. Something fun. Yeah, I know, just for fun. You know me. I like doing something crazy. Okay, let's.
Is that a Prima mold? That one?
Yeah, that is a new Prima mold. Yes, that's a new Prima mold, and I think this one just. Okay. Let's see. So, happens to be silicone brush. Best thing that ever happened in mixed media is a silicone brush.
Okay.
And it's really so easy to use for anything, almost like a palette knife, but you can also use it to spread things on a stencil. So I could have made some stencil marks. I have some stencils here, but everybody knows how to stencil, so I don't want to show you something that you already know how to do. Let's glue things. And this is the 3D gel that can be used as glue. So it's a gel medium, but it's a thicker one, so it's really easy to use to glue any type of embellishments on anything. Could be on your journal, could be on a canvas, could be on a scrapbooking page, on a card. I love using it in everything.
And this is a chipboard journal you're using?
This is the mixed media. So this is chipboard, but this is actually, it's the mixed media book from Prima. I'll show you the front. I forgot to show you that. It's the mixed media book. It's an A5 in terms of size, and all the pages are very thick, and they're perfectly to doing like art generally with a lot of mixed media products. So a lot of our mixed media products are very thick. We came out with more mixed media products besides the paints. There is something called the paper paste, which kind of like a paper texture, and we also have a new one. It's a plaster paste, which is a bit more like plasticky. You can give some. You can.
There we go. Hello.
Okay, so I'm going to I think this is the best. So I'm just using this, and the nice thing about this is it's permanent and it holds really well. So it holds better than a glue gun or a silicone glue. Okay,
Anything holds better than a glue gun.
Right, that's true. But the point is that it takes longer to dry. So what I do sometimes as a trick is I use a glue gun along with this. So the glue gun will hold it in place, but this will be permanent.
Right.
And then it helps to do that way, because then you have like that
And I see
permanent.
you're really getting some dimension on that glue. You're really packing it in there.
That's
because
right.
of the holes. It's
You
not flat
really
on the
want,
bottom.
right. Plus, also what you want to do is you want to make sure that this sticks well. And these metals are heavy. You have to make sure that they stay put. That you don't want to lift this up and the whole thing dropping on you, right? You want to take a picture? Okay. So when you're assembling anything with collage, you want to make sure that you're using a strong adhesive.
So the silicone brush would last a lot longer than a foam brush, because those foam brushes just disintegrate.
All you do is literally you take a wipe. It's a good question. So all you do is you take a wipe and wipe it off, and it comes off easily. I will do it at the end just because I want to finish putting this on, and I'll show you. So what I like doing is, you see how there's like glue everywhere here? So a good trick to do is to use a paintbrush, and always pick the same paintbrush, because when glue gets on a paintbrush, it will damage it. But what you want to do is you want to, thank you. Yes, water. I forgot about water. Is to clean up the glue. You know what I mean? You can clean up the edges to make sure that you don't get that glop at this side. Thank you, Rika.
Just to smooth it out.
To smooth it out. This is matte gel, so it will not show, and I'm going to be covering this, so you will not see it. But if you have that gloppiness everywhere, what's going to happen is that's going to be an embellishment. It's going to become an embellishment, and you don't want an embellishment that does not belong. So I just tend to just kind of smooth it out or wipe it off. So yeah, so we have the 3 colors. So this is a military set. I love that green. It says gray, but it really looks like an army uniform. And I'm going to show it to you. So we'll start from the edges because I'm going to paint it all. And I'm trying to debate because in this one, when I did the military set in this one, I actually started with the dark color. I put the dark color first. But today I'm going to show you the backwards technique the other way around. You can do 2 different things. You could start using just the dark colors and then add highlights with the lighter colors, or you could use the light colors and then add shadows with the darker colors, if that makes sense. So let's see. It's my paintbrush. Hold on a second. I'm going to borrow one of your paintbrushes, Rika, because I don't have the bigger one. So I'm going to start with the light one, and I'm going to see how it applies so easily. The nice thing about it, it also has texture. It's really hard. It's really gritty. You can't see it in your thing, but it actually looks like rust. Like if you think of something rusty, this is it. Rusty color. You see how now I'm covering the metal and it covers the whole metal. I'm trying not to move it too much because I think it's still a little bit loose. But this is what I like, is that it covers so nicely. It gives such a good coverage, and I don't even have to prime it with the gesso, which is really, really good. Like it's a paste that really makes a difference. Like you don't have to do much to it. It basically gives it a huge coverage. You see, it covered already this side. Oops. And let's start. You see, I'm even using it on the metals. And I'm just dabbing it. I want to make sure that
You're getting in all the crevices.
right. Also that, and also it's not fully dry. So I want to get into all the crevices, yes, but I also want to make sure to be careful that it doesn't move because I actually it's not dried properly. Now you can use a light layer just to go in the edges. I don't want to like waste too much of it. She did an amazing, yeah. So you see, this is what this is going to be.
This is combining all 3 sets. I went rogue and mixed it all up in this little, and that's camouflage.
Right. So this is
Look up a little bit, so it just there.
yeah. So this is how it will turn out. You see this different. She's working, but I think she put red rust in this too, right? There's no red rust in this one. No, wow.
It
this
looks like red rust. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of
Oh,
these,
it's this one. It's the rusty. Wow, it looks
Yeah.
like the other red rust. Okay, I want to combine that too now.
And here's the samples from the new texture pastes. This is the plaster
And do you
paste.
always make sure you get 100% coverage, or do you sometimes leave pieces of the metal showing?
Yeah, I think it's because it was a demo.
No, I mean, do you purposely sometimes
You
leave
could.
parts
You
of
could
the metal
definitely
showing?
you could definitely do that. You see, it looks good because it looks. When you're looking at something rusting in real life, you're trying to mimic a rusted look because you don't want to get like disease from the rust, right? So you're trying to mimic that with art. So to do that, if you look at something rusty, you do see metal underneath it. You do see, yeah. So it makes a difference to have that. So yeah, you can show some of the metal. That I think looks nice. And you know what? As you're adding more and more layers, the metal starts hiding underneath because you're adding more and more layers and more layers and more layers and. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start adding the yellow a little bit. So I'm really okay. I'll wash it. I'm really bad, and I do mix colors in between. No, that was this is my drink. Yeah, this is for my brush. That was not for drinking. But I'm
We didn't want you to get green tea.
Yeah, so I'm really bad at. I tend to mix, but I am not going to do that today. And what I like about this is that they blend so nicely together. And they start blending with each other, and you'll see once I start putting the darker color, it's going to look so cool. You see how it highlights all the crevices and it makes it pop up. So you get all this texture you're getting just with a little bit of a lighter color. Okay.
How long does this stay wet to allow the blending together easily?
Touch here. Dry.
It's dry.
It's already dry. It dries really quickly. That's why you should also always close these really fast after, because they tend to...
so when you're not doing a demo?
When you're not doing a demo, yeah. At home, when you're using these, make sure that you close them. Like, make sure you close them.
Could you mist your project with a light mist of water to help you blend the colors?
Yes. So they blend really nicely with water. I have done that. I feel like it's my face. Yeah, I have done. Okay, this is quiet. You know how hot this is? Yeah. This thing burns you if you put your hand underneath it. It really, really does. So you see it? Yeah, I can hold it. So what I'm so yes, they blend. If I don't have a spray bottle here, but it can, like, even if, like, you see, look, I have this wet, right? Look, it blends really nicely with water.
Oh, that's great.
And it helps you blend different things. Now, what I want to show you is how I'm going to include the dark color. So this is one of my techniques that I really like to do. And let me close the gel as well. It should be good. You're okay. You can do it. So what I want to show you is now we're going to add the shadows. So usually in Mixed Media you can do, like, add the dark colors first and then do the highlights with the light colors. I'm going to do it kind of backwards because I just want to show you there's different ways of doing this. But to add the shadows, think of where the shadows usually are. Shadows are usually underneath embellishments, underneath things. So you want to add them underneath. You don't want to cover your embellishments. Thank you. So I kind of start adding the shadow underneath, in between the embellishments, and then I'm going to blend it with the other color because that looks weird. I know. But it does. You see, as I go, I start bringing it out and blending it with the other colors. So the original one, the red rust that came in the set, in the first set, it's beautiful. It comes with the red rust, it comes with dark brown, and it comes with a yellowish like this. And the three of them together are some of my favorites. If you see that light bulb? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see that light bulb? That's one of my projects. And this was made with the red rust. You see, like, this is a yellow rust. This is another set. This is the original set, and there's 3 different colors in it. So there's so many different rust pastes that you can use and create these really cool rust effects. The wax is one of my favorite products from last year. Really innovative.
I love it.
This is, you're gonna go like, wow. I mean, I'm sure people online have seen it already. Okay, any questions there online there? Somewhere talking? I don't know how many.
Everybody's saying it's beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful colors.
Okay,
Questions?
that's good. No questions. See if anybody has. Okay, I'm just drying it a little bit because I don't want the wax to mix. Okay, so what is nice with the wax? There's different ways of using it. I like using it, hey Gary, I like using it with my finger, okay, and sorry, not have enough, and it creates this really subtle look, highlights to any project. However, this year, we came out with stipple brushes.
Ooh.
Okay, so you can. Oops.
I'll leave that there.
Okay, there we go. So it's still a little bit wet. Hold on.
So is it adding a light shimmer?
It adds a beautiful light shimmer. There's many colors of this. My favorite is this one, which is the vintage gold. It could also get coverage with it. People have covered a whole. People have covered a. What happened? Oh, a whole like background with it. You could just use a stipple brush and use a bunch of the wax colors. There's lots of colors with that, and you could go, and it gives it that really nice. See?
See, again, it's changed the look of it.
Yeah, it changes the
Love
look.
it.
Yeah, it changes the look of it. So that is basically my cover
you
for
so
this
much.
journal. I could put a title here. I just don't have a title, but
Can
this
you lift
is the
it up
cover.
just a little bit?
Yes,
for
I'm
us?
going to lift it up.
Beautiful.
So this is the cover for this journal.
Gorgeous. Thank you
Yeah,
so
we're
much,
gonna do
Karen, for
something.
sharing that with us.
Thank you so much.